Toddlerhood is an amazing time of growth and discovery. Your little one is experiencing a whole new world, bursting with curiosity and a desire to explore. It's important to remember that toddlers are still learning to regulate their emotions and impulses. What might seem like defiance is often just their way of trying to understand and navigate this big new world. During this stage, toddlers are developing their sense of self and independence. They want to do things for themselves, and they want to do them now. This newfound independence can lead to power struggles as your toddler tests boundaries and asserts their will. Remember, this is a normal part of their development, not a personal attack on your parenting skills. As parents, it's our job to guide them through these challenges with patience and understanding. By understanding the developmental stage your toddler is at, you can better anticipate their needs and respond in a way that encourages their growth and independence. Remember, every child is different, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to parenting. Communication is key when it comes to raising a toddler. But remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Get down on their level, make eye contact, and use simple language they can understand. Speak clearly and calmly, even when you're feeling frustrated. Toddlers respond well to positive reinforcement. Instead of focusing on what they're doing wrong, praise their good behavior. "Thank you for being so gentle with the puppy," or "I love how you're sharing your toys with your friend." These positive affirmations will encourage them to repeat those behaviors. When you do need to correct their behavior, be firm but loving. Use short, simple sentences and avoid lecturing. "We don't hit," or "toys are not for throwing." Remember, consistency is key. If you give in to their demands every time they throw a tantrum, they'll learn that tantrums get them what they want. Setting clear boundaries is crucial for toddlers. They need to know what's acceptable behavior and what's not. When setting boundaries, be clear, consistent, and firm. Don't give in to their demands just because they're having a meltdown. This will only teach them that tantrums work. Remember, discipline is not about punishment, it's about teaching. When your toddler breaks a rule, explain why the rule is in place and what the consequences are. For example, "We don't run in the street because it's dangerous. If you run in the street, we have to go inside." Follow through with consequences consistently. If you don't, your toddler will learn that they can get away with breaking the rules. But remember, consequences should be age-appropriate and related to the misbehavior. For example, if your toddler throws their food on the floor, they can help clean it up. Tantrums are a normal part of toddlerhood. They're a way for toddlers to express their frustration, anger, or disappointment. Remember, toddlers are still learning to regulate their emotions, and sometimes it all just gets too much for them. The key to handling tantrums is to remain calm and in control. If you get upset, it will only escalate the situation. Instead, take a deep breath and try to understand what triggered the tantrum. Is your toddler tired, hungry, or overstimulated? Once you know the trigger, you can start to address it. During a tantrum, avoid giving in to your toddler's demands. This will only teach them that tantrums work. Instead, offer comfort and support. Let them know that you understand they're upset, but their behavior is unacceptable. "I know you want a cookie, but we don't scream in the store. We can talk about it when we get home." When a tantrum strikes, stay calm. Your toddler needs to see you as a source of stability and safety, even when they're feeling overwhelmed. Take deep breaths, count to 10, or use whatever calming techniques work for you. Don't engage in arguments or negotiations during a tantrum. Your toddler is not in a rational state of mind and won't be receptive to logic. Instead, acknowledge their feelings. "I see you're really upset right now. It's okay to be angry, but we don't hit." Once your toddler has calmed down, talk about what happened. Help them understand their emotions and how to express them in a more appropriate way. "It seemed like you were angry because you couldn't have the toy. Next time, try using your words to tell me how you feel." Technology is a part of modern life, and it's only natural for toddlers to be curious about it. However, it's important to set limits on screen time and ensure that technology is being used in a healthy and productive way. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no screen time for children under 18 months, except for video chatting. For toddlers aged 18 to 24 months, screen time should be limited to 1 hour per day of high-quality programming, watched with a parent or caregiver. When choosing screen time for your toddler, look for educational programs that encourage interaction and learning. Avoid passive watching and encourage your toddler to engage with the content. Talk about what they're watching and ask them questions. Positive reinforcement is a powerful tool for shaping behavior. When you focus on the good, you're more likely to see more of it. Catch your toddler being good and let them know you noticed. Thank you for putting your toys away. Or I love how you're playing so nicely with your sister. Rewards can also be effective, but use them sparingly. Too many rewards can create a situation where your toddler only behaves well when they expect something in return. Instead, focus on verbal praise, hugs, and other forms of positive attention. Remember, discipline is not about punishment, it's about teaching. When you use positive reinforcement, you're teaching your toddler what good behavior looks like and encouraging them to repeat it. Discipline is often seen as a negative word, but it shouldn't be. Discipline is simply about teaching your child right from wrong and helping them develop into responsible, respectful adults. It's about guiding them, not controlling them. When you set boundaries and enforce consequences consistently, you're showing your child that you love them enough to set them up for success. You're teaching them that actions have consequences and that they need to be accountable for their choices. Remember, discipline should always be age-appropriate and delivered with love and understanding. It's not about making your child feel bad, it's about helping them learn and grow. Parenting is a demanding job, and it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day chaos of raising a toddler. However, it's important to remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential for being the best parent you can be. Make time for yourself, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Read a book, take a bath, go for a walk, or do whatever helps you relax and recharge. When you're feeling refreshed and energized, you'll be better equipped to handle the challenges of parenting. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's your partner, a family member, or a trusted friend, having a support system can make all the difference. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Parenting a toddler can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Remember, you are the expert on your child. Trust your instincts and don't be afraid to seek out support when you need it. Every child is different, and what works for one child may not work for another. Be flexible and willing to adjust your approach as needed. The most important thing is to create a loving and supportive environment where your child feels safe to explore, learn, and grow. Remember, you've got this. With patience, consistency, and a whole lot of love, you can navigate the challenges of toddlerhood and raise a happy, healthy